Happy Melly Monday! Today I want to show you how I crocheted this shawl for my mom, and I'm terribly sorry for the lack of videos lately, but this took way longer than expected, so let's rewind a few months to where it all started. I found this bag of 4 big balls of yarn on a garage sale, so that is what I'll use along with my 10mm hook, which is the size recommended for this yarn. To start the work, I'm chaining 10, skipping the first 2 from the hook and making 8 half double crochets back, and I've put the pattern on screen for you to follow along if you want to. Now at the end of each row I chain 2 and turn. Now for my braid pattern, I start with 1 single crochet, then into the next 4 stitches I make a small back crossing. For that I yarn over twice, I find the 3rd stitch and go around it to make a front post triple crochet. The same thing for the 4th stitch, I go around it to make a front post triple crochet. Now for the crossing, I again yarn over twice and I go behind the 2 stitches I just made. I find the 2 ones I skipped and I go around the first one to make a front post triple crochet, followed with another one for the other open stitch. That is the small back crossing with 4 front post triple crochets and the last 2 ones crossing in the back. Now to continue the row, I make 2 front post double crochets and a single crochet, then as always I chain 2, turn the work and ignore the chain. The back row is much easier, it's just a single crochet, 6 back post double crochets, another single crochet and again chain 2, turn and ignore the chain. The 3rd row of the pattern starts with a single crochet and 2 front post double crochets, followed by a small front crossing. So I find the 3rd stitch and make a front post triple crochet, as well as a front post triple crochet on the 4th stitch. Then I'm going in front of them. I find the 2 ones I skipped and make a front post triple crochet into each of them. Now I can end the row with a single crochet, chain 2 and turn, and make the same back row again of 1 single crochet, 6 back post doubles, another single crochet, then a chain 2 and turn. Now these 4 rows will be repeated, so next these 2 strands of the braid will cross, and after 4 repeats in total, the braid looks like this. This will form the tip of the shawl and continue on the diagonal with a bigger braid down the middle and a nice pattern in the triangles. Now since the braid will turn diagonally, I need to slightly lengthen it, so the new pattern starts with a half double crochet. Then the small back crossing will turn into a small back crossing plus. So I first yarn over twice and go around the 3rd stitch, but now I first pull through 1 before continuing the front post triple crochet, making it a front post triple crochet plus. The 4th stitch also gets a front post triple crochet plus, so I've yarned over twice, I went around the stitch and I pulled through 1, then through 2, through 2 and through 2. Now I'm crossing behind to the leftover stitches and they each get a front post triple crochet plus as well. Now the 2 front post double crochets have also turned into front post double crochet plus, so after the yarn over and going around the stitch, I'll pull through 1 before pulling through 2 twice. And then another half double crochet. Now to go along the side, there is a hole at the end of each row, So starting right next to the stitch I just worked, I make 1 single crochet. Then into the next 6 stitches I make a big front crossing, so into the 4th, 5th and 6th stitch I make a front post triple crochet. Then crossing in front, I find the leftover 3 stitches and triple crochet into those. Into the next 2 spaces I make regular single crochets, followed by another big front crossing into the next 6. Then after 1 more single crochet I have reached the other diagonal braid. Here I simply ignore the starter row and I find a place for the half double crochet. Then I go around the stitches for the small front crossing plus and the 2 front post double crochets plus to continue the braid, before finding a place for the other half double crochet, chaining 2 and turning. So for the back row, the braid section is 1 half double crochet, 6 back post double crochet plus and another half double crochet. To start the triangle section, I make an increase, so 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Then for the middle braid it is 6 back post double crochets, 2 single crochets and 6 back post double crochets, followed by another increase and the same braid section as before, so a half double crochet, 6 back post double crochet plus and another half double crochet. Lastly, I once again chain 2 and turn. The next row starts with the elongated braid pattern, so a half double crochet, 2 front post double crochet plus, a small front crossing plus and another half double crochet. For the triangle I work 2 front post doubles around the same stitch, and then for the middle braid I make a single crochet and 3 front post double crochets. Now into the space between these 2 stitches I make 2 single crochets. Now for the big back crossing, I'm using these 3 strands and these 3 strands, ignoring the single crochets in between. So I make front post triple crochets into the posts that are further away, before going behind them, finding the 3 posts I skipped and making front post triple crochets into those. Then I again make 2 single crochets into the space in between the braid strands, followed by 3 front post double crochets and a single crochet. Now to mirror the other side, I again make 2 front post double crochets around the same stitch, and for the braid a half double crochet, 2 front post double crochet plus, a small back crossing plus and a half double crochet, once again undoing with a chain 2 and a turn. The back row starts the same as before. Then for the triangle I make a single crochet into the same stitch as the half double, followed by 2 back post double crochets. For the middle braid I follow what is below, so 1 single crochet, 3 back post doubles, 2 single crochet, 6 back post doubles, 2 single crochet, 3 back post doubles and another single crochet. The triangle is mirrored to the other one, so 2 back post doubles and a single crochet, followed by a half double into the same stitch, and 6 back post double crochets plus and a half double. Now the braids just repeat the last 4 rows from here on out, so I'm not going to mention them every time. Now for the triangle, I again make 2 front post double crochets around the same stitch, followed by 2 back post double crochet. For the middle braid I start with a single crochet, and then, ignoring the single crochets in the middle, I make a big front crossing into the 6 posts. Now I find the space in between the stitches and I make 2 single crochets into it. This is followed with another big front crossing, once again skipping over the single crochets in the middle, before I make another single crochet. The triangles are mirrored, so 2 back post doubles and then 2 front post doubles into the same stitch, and then the braid pattern. Once I reach back to the triangle, I again make a single crochet into the same stitch as the half double, and I follow that with 2 back post double crochets and 2 front post double crochets. Now the middle braid is also continually repeating the last 4 rows, and the other triangle is mirrored to this one. So once I've done the back row and I reach to the front again, I make 2 front post double crochets around the same stitch, and then I alternate 2 back post doubles and 2 front post doubles. And now the basket weave pattern is starting to emerge, and it actually looks the same from the back side as well, so it is easy to see if I've done it correctly. So unsurprisingly, on the back rows I make an extra single crochet and otherwise copy the front and back post doubles that I see in the previous row, and on the front rows I make 2 front post double crochets around that single crochet, and I otherwise exactly reverse the front and back post double crochets that I see in the row below. And that is the same for all of the rows, it just gets more and more double crochets to do each time. So I got myself a better hook, cause the old one was hurting my hand, and I'll just sit down and crochet whilst watching YouTube, whilst having afternoon tea, whilst watching YouTube, whilst sitting in the garden, whilst watching YouTube, whilst on vacation, whilst watching YouTube, and more than a month later I have reached my desired size and am ready to make the border. For me, it was 11 repetitions in total, but your size may vary depending on your yarn. So for the border, I make 1 more row with the same pattern, and on the back row I'm straightening things out. So I make a single crochet, followed by 6 normal back post double crochets, then a single crochet, and just single crochets all the way along the triangle. For the middle braid I make a single crochet and 6 back post double crochets, but then I decrease the 2 single crochets into 1. Before mirroring the 6 back post double crochets, the buttload of single crochets, another 6 back post doubles and the last single crochet. After chaining and turning, I alternate 1 back post double crochet and 1 front post double crochet all the way along, regardless of what was underneath. Just 1 back post double, 1 front post double, 1 back post double, 1 front post double. And when I reach the end, I chain 2, I turn, and then I just copy what is below. So again alternating front and back post double crochets to form a ribbed edge. This is repeated as often as is desired. In my case I did 3 rows in total to reach about 4 fingers of width. Now the only thing left to address is this weird edge. It likes to curl under by itself, and I actually prefer it that way. So before cutting my yarn, I measure out a big amount of it before pulling that through the loop and threading it onto the largest darning needle I own. Now I can curl under the edge and loosely whip stitch it in place. This gives a bit of stability and heftiness to the edge, but I'm not pulling very tight, so it is still stretchy and flexible. When I reach the point where I started, I use my starting end and a crochet hook to just tack it down before continuing to secure the edge. And with that, the only thing left to do is to give it to my mom for her birthday. I made it long enough to cover her entire back, and the middle braid gives a bit of extra warmth to the spine area. I think she likes it. Now with that big project out of the way, I'll be going back to weekly videos. So subscribe if you don't want to miss any of them. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to give me your feedback and suggestions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Melly Monday.